This is part 2 of our 2-part video on the transactional model of emotion regulation. If you haven't already watched part 1, we recommend doing that before continuing. To break the cycle of emotional dysregulation and the interpersonal misunderstanding and conflict cycle, 2 things are crucial: accurate expression and validation. Accurate expression means sharing or expressing what we're really feeling in a descriptive way without exaggerating or distortion in the here and now. This helps others understand what happened and what our experience might be, what we're feeling, thinking, and wanting. If we are more accurate, it is so much easier for other people to understand our experiences. Validation is about recognizing and accepting that the other person's experiences and emotions are real and legitimate in the situation. It's understanding and then communicating how they make sense. Let's take a look at how this plays out in a family setting as an example. Meet Alex. Alex is a 16-year-old high school student living with his parents. One day, Alex arrives home late from school, visibly upset. We don't know exactly why Alex is upset. It could be anything. Maybe it was a bad grade. Something happened at school with peers or a teacher, or perhaps other relationship problems. The important thing to note is that Alex is clearly struggling, and this is the event that sets things into motion. That is not where your bag belongs, and you're late. Where have you been? You didn't even think to call. Here, Alex's father is feeling anxious and worried that Alex arrived home late and likely noticed that he was upset or distressed. But instead of communicating this concern, Alex's dad expresses it as anger and criticism. This is an example of both inaccurate expression of his own emotions and invalidation of Alex. Instead of showing his fear, the dad's frustration takes over, and Alex receives the message as an attack. Just leave me alone. Feeling attacked, Alex reacts defensively. This makes sense. Alex wants his father to stop. But this way of communicating is not very effective. In fact, he invalidates his father's worry. And now, both Alex and his dad are emotionally charged. They're caught in a situation where neither is able to communicate effectively. Neither one is expressing accurately or descriptively. Both are invalidating each other. You just don't care about anyone. All you do is think of yourself. The father's judgmental reaction further invalidates and only escalates the conflict. The emotional intensity for both Alex and his dad is high, and they're moving further and further away from productive communication. I wish I didn't have to deal with this every time I came home. I hate you. At this point, Alex feels completely misunderstood, communicating inaccurately. He storms off, and this is where we can see his dysregulated emotions and actions. As Alex becomes more emotionally dysregulated, he is more vulnerable to engaging in ineffective coping strategies, like substance use, self-harm, or other problematic behaviors. This scenario shows how quickly emotional dysregulation can escalate when both sides feel invalidated and misunderstood. Now let's rewind and see how understanding this model can help us break the cycle. Imagine that instead of reacting immediately with frustration, the dad takes a moment to regulate his own emotions. The father decides to take a deep breath and recognize his true feeling: worry plus love. This is a great example of relationship mindfulness. If the parent can remember that he loves Alex, it's unlikely that he'll invalidate or provide a harsh response. Instead, he's able to choose to express that concern accurately. Alex, I was really worried when I didn't hear from you. I'd appreciate it if you let me know when you're going to be late. Is everything okay? You seem upset. By expressing his real concern and conveying love and care in his choice of words and tone, instead of jumping straight to judgment, Alex's dad practices accurate expression and validates Alex. This helps to lower the tension and makes it easier for Alex to respond in a more open way. I'm sorry, I just had a really bad day and lost track of time. I'm feeling really down. Now, because the parents' approach was more validating, open, calmer, and less accusatory, Alex feels less defensive and is able to share their true feelings, disappointment and frustration. This openness creates a pathway for real connection. I get it. We can get distracted or lost in our own thoughts when something upsetting happens. Can you tell me what happened? Do you want to talk about it? By further validating Alex's feelings more specifically, Dad acknowledges Alex's experiences as real and important. Without Alex's accurate expression, this kind of more detailed, validating response wouldn't be possible. This reverses the earlier, ugly cycle. Instead, this validating response helps Alex feel heard and reduces his emotional intensity, making it possible for him to communicate even further, and maybe get further support or help if needed. This moment of connection allows both Alex and his dad to understand each other better. Alex feels seen, understood, and supported, and the father feels caring and is reassured that Alex is okay. They can now work together to find a way forward, whether that means discussing a plan for the future or simply enjoying the connection. By using accurate expression and validation, both Alex and his dad were able to break the escalating cycle of emotional dysregulation. Instead of falling into the pattern of miscommunication, judgments, inaccurate expression, and invalidation, they created an opportunity for connection and understanding. This is what the transactional model of emotion dysregulation is all about, turning distressing emotional cycles into opportunities for growth and connection. Thanks for watching this video based on the work of Dr. Alan Fruzzetti. Remember, every small step towards accurate expression and validation can make a significant difference in creating healthier, more connected, and more supportive relationships.